But yeah, I would say it's like a feeling of completeness in a way, to the point of like the realization of I never needed anyone except myself. And some people may interpret that as, oh, that's so narcissistic. Well, whatever. Until you experience it, you won't understand it. But for me, it's kind of a cool feeling because I love sitting in those moments of absolute eeriness, I really enjoy the depth of it because it really hits deeply. And it's a good way to help yourself reconnect with those abandonment issues that I definitely have. And it's almost like my self is really diving deeply into that, to the point of 100% coping with it, all the times that I tried unaliving myself throughout life and was never successful, and trust me, I tried. It's like having to be here and not really having, I don't know, maybe, but feeling like there's really no way out. Ultimately there isn't, ultimately you're going to be here in some form or another because it is all that you are, but it hits in a singular form. And that sensation that you get from it is very not isolating, but complete. Wow, I literally know what it feels like to feel completely and alone. And like I said, I've been experiencing this experience for a while now. When I hit my end of the world feeling, like everything already disappeared and I'm the only one left and I'm all by myself. And it's like, I hate to say it, but I think I would be okay with it. Because, I'm not discounting other people. I have kids and stuff. I'm not saying that they're not important. I'm just saying that ultimately this is a creation of, the ultimate mind or being or God is just itself, even if you believe in the programming and all that, you pull further out of that scope of perception, and it's really just you and everything. And those synchronicities really pull it together for you when you start to recognize the patterns. They just, be bumping today. It's been, and I can see when it's building. I always feel a sense of inadequacy right before it hits, and I'm starting to get that because I'm very wouldn't say necessarily insecure, but it's more like a feeling of, well, what if it's not there tomorrow? What if it's not there? What if I'm losing something? Something that's what would be important to me or whatever, which is really just the feeling of losing myself, right? And once I get through that, I have realized that that's when all the activity starts. And I watched that happen today, you know, like a few times in things flowing. Like the minute I release that thought that I imagined in my mind that I wanted to occur, it was on the release that it actually happened. So yeah, I mean, it's just like slowly comes together when it's, meant to, because I don't know how many times I've tried to understand certain things and it just doesn't happen until it's going to happen. And you notice certain patterns, but every time you go through those patterns over and over again, it just, everything clicks better. It becomes more clear. I'm not saying my life is perfect or in any way, form, or fashion the way I really, really want it to be. But I noticed that